Hello everybody, it's Rowan Winsong from GundamMeister.com, coming to you today with part 2 of our build of the RX-77-2 Guncannon. It's the HUC version, the 1/44th scale, and today we're going to be working on the waist unit, or skirt, depending on what you want to call it, and the torso. So, without further ado, let's get going here. And I'm going to take and change up stuff a little bit as well. I really didn't like how the videos last time were going so long as far as how long it was taking to complete them, as well as you know, just overall how long it was taking to get the stuff done with the sanding and everything else. So what I'm going to do is just snap build this for now, worry about the cleanups afterwards, that way that you guys don't have to worry about me sitting through there doing the sanding and stuff like that, because it's just going to be a pain in the butt for everybody to sit through all that. So I'm going to end up skipping the sanding for now and just building a straight build, and then going back afterwards and doing the final cleanups and stuff like that. So should make it a lot easier for everybody. But anyways, let's get going on this. So we're going to need, looks like one from the D runner and a bunch from the B, so I can put this one away for now anyways. And I'm going to need, looks like B21, 20, let's see here, 21 and 20. There we go. 21, 20, looks like 15 and 12. Fifteen's kind of a pain because they got a bottom post of the sprue. I don't know if you can see that, but right in here is like really thin. Just gotta kind of be careful you don't actually pull. Actually, I think I'm just gonna cut the 15 off if I can. Hate cutting the thicker parts of the sprues, but don't exactly have a choice there because I don't want to screw up my nippers, but at the same time I don't want to pull the plastic away. And we're also going to need a D1, which is from the yellow runner, which is like 2 parts on it, the chest piece and a little yellow button piece that goes for down near the pelvic area. Put that aside for now. Do a quick cleanup as far as just getting rid of all the nubs and stuff like that. Not going to go crazy with the sanding and stuff. Just getting rid of all the overburden, if you will. And this is being shot on the new camera, by the way, as well, so hopefully you guys will notice a little bit of an increase in quality. I should be shooting at 1080p 60 FPS now, as well as I have it set up on a dedicated mount, so you can see I can shake the table now, but the camera itself isn't actually going to shake because it's on its own mount. So in the future, when I do some stuff with possible sanding or whatever, you guys won't see the table shaking to death as I sand stuff. Or the camera shaking, I should say, not the can. But we got a bunch more builds coming up here as well. I really want to start sitting down and getting some of these cranked out. Still working on the basement studio downstairs, which is going to basically be our new studio for not only the recordings, but also spray booth and stuff is going to be all set up down there as well. So be a much more concentrated area as far as working conditions, thankfully. So I won't have to worry too much about cramped spacing, because I'll have pretty much a whole room set up for the photo shoots, as well as the painting, recording of the build and stuff like that, and the photo shoots of the finished products and everything. So it'll be kind of nice. Looking forward to it, actually. So let's see here. We're gonna need. I'm missing a piece. B12. Yes, I think we are. Let's see. Yep, that was right. I thought it was kind of weird that it wouldn't have a back end. It did. I just screwed up and forgot to grab it. Definitely going to be weird going not, in order of how I normally do this. Normally I cut and then sand it, so it's kind of tempting to not grab the sanding sticks to get the stuff sanded down. But I should be able to get a few more videos banged out today before it gets too late, because unfortunately I have to go to the gun range tomorrow and recertify for my department, so I won't be able to get much done tonight as far as staying up super late to get some stuff worked on. Not like normal anyways. Some of the larger builds, like I said in the past, will probably take and do time compression on the videos, so that a build isn't going to take forever for you guys to watch. Basically speed up the video, so that way you guys don't have to sit there for hours and hours. And frankly, I don't want to edit hours and hours of video, because that would take not only a really long time to encode, but it would also take a heck of a lot of memory, especially shooting the quality that I'm shooting at, and time to edit in general would just be a lot, which nobody really likes editing, but sadly it has to get done sometimes. We definitely got a backlog of models we got to get cranking on here as well. Still got to take and finish my girlfriend's Gundam before she murders me. Taking a while on that thing. It's kind of held up the progress on that is that, oops, it's a pain to hold. I just don't have the spray booth set up right now or anything, so it's kind of hard for me to continue on some of the builds without being able to get stuff finalized as far as painting and the detailing before assembly, which I guess is part of the problem, but we'll make do. Alright, so let's see here. B12. It should be like this. And this is just, like I said before, rough fit stuff. All the stuff's gonna get torn back apart later to get worked on. So I'm not too worried about final fits and everything else right now. A lot of the stuff will be, actually all of it will pretty much be torn down and put back up, so it goes in like, come on, get in there, there we go. And hopefully some of this stuff will stay in. Oh, this skirt area seems kind of weird and loose. Might have to take and actually end up gluing some of it in, depending on what happens. So that's the skirt, all assembled. And you can see there's, obviously rough marks because we're not sanding stuff down this time around, but I figured I'd take and let you guys take a quick peek at it. Far from done though. I really like the book designs for the instruction manuals, much better than dealing with these really long, like, I don't know, pamphlets, I guess you could say. Definitely not my favorite. So I'm going to be B14, B13, which are the main torsos. This is going to be the torso they're working on right now. It's funny how some of these runners, when you look at them, they have air bubbles where the injection ports were put. Makes for some interesting cutting sometimes, because you go to cut it thinking it's going to be, something crazy to cut or a full-blown cut. It ends up not really being the case. Alright, they need some polycaps, and then from the A and D runner. So let's get the polycaps out. Now, looks like we're going with H and G. Let's see, H. G's for one of the polycaps. We got two G's, it looks like. Let's see here. Is it the right runner or not? No. I'm gonna need a 12, a 11. Let's see here, 12 and 11. Down here. A11, and we got D2, which would be chest piece for the vents. That's it for the D runner. Should be it for parts in general for the chest. Quick cleanup. that's a pain right there. Take and see the little cut mark here. It's going to be kind of a pain to get in there with a hobby knife and clean that out, never alone sand stick. I'm going to have to cut down some sanding sticks just to be able to get in there and sand it off. In a future video, probably going to take and go over some of the more common tools that I use, as well as stuff like the ultrasonic cleaning tank and other stuff that I have. And of course, once I get the new studio set up downstairs, I'll take and give you guys a quick tour of that, just so you can kind of see my layout. Although I do have to do a order of alclad paints. Alclad 2 to be specific, actually. And probably build some sort of a organizer to hold all the paint, because it's getting to be a little bit of a mess as far as how many paints and panel lining and other stuff that I have that's just getting a little out of hand. I don't know if anybody bothered watching the Mayweather fight last night, but it was kind of dumb. Okay, it was really dumb, actually. Like, he spent the majority of the ring pretty much running around the ring. To me, that's not boxing. Like, you're gonna box, get in there, throw some punches and stuff. You know, I know that it's a defensive move, but I mean, come on. If I wanted to watch a guy running around for 12 rounds, you know, I could have gone and watched like a marathon or something. If I wanted to watch somebody running around, it's kind of stupid. Glad I didn't pay for it, but that's besides the point. If I pay for it, I'd probably even be more ticked off. Almost finished here. One thing I noticed in a lot of these backs, you've really got some swirling, and you can kind of see it going on, and marks of you know, the molding process and stuff, which I'm hoping that when I take and put on the primer, it's going to be, let's see if I can find it here. It's not going to be this one specifically, but Mr. Finishing Surfacer. This one's the 1500 grit gray. I got a 1500 grit black. I need to get some white and then some higher grit count as well. So that's something that's one of the things I like using. Helps to take and fill in a lot of these imperfections and stuff like that, and you just sand it down and get it all nice and smooth. So it's pretty neat in that aspect. But let's see. Let's say it goes like this to follow the curvature. Find out if I'm right or not. Yep, I was right. There's the chest plate in. We got, oops, polycap. Got words, got that gap right there, but what are you gonna do? The older kits were definitely not as refined as the ones back in, well, the ones we have now, I should say. Although once in a while you still run into some issues, so I shouldn't say that it's the end all be all truth about it. Alright, let's see. Trying to get the orientation right here. Looks like these pegs are going to go out the back, from the looks of it. That makes sense. I guess it does how it goes. Kind of weird, but okay. And of course, with this type of joint, you're not going to get the normal, I shouldn't say normal, because let's be honest, what is normal? But on a lot of the newer models you see these days, you have this joint that allows the shoulder to kind of flex, with the arm socket, I guess you could say, to kind of flex in and out, give your arm a little more ability to curve forward and stuff like that for posability and everything, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that with this kit. But then again, you know, it is an old school kit, so it's not that it shouldn't be expected. And these gray pegs that are on here should technically come out these square holes in the back, provided that everything lined up right. Here we go. Got some seam line cleanup we're going to have to take and do on this as well, from the looks of it. Some of it is unsightly. Especially up here, you get some of the, it's kind of hard to see because of the shadowing, but right in here. Trying to do this on camera, the same but right in here, basically. You got shadows of separation and stuff, so that'll have to be cleaned up later. Let's go ahead and get this thing snapped up a little bit. Realized I messed up. There we go. can't put the legs on if all that stuff's together. Now can you? So there's that. Oops. That. Alright, so we've got pretty much the body built at this point, minus the arms, hands, and face, obviously. And those are going to come next. So, until next time, which will be me personally in a couple of seconds here, and you guys probably in a day or two. I'll release these videos staggered. I will take and see you guys later. And thanks for stopping by and watching. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out our official YouTube channel and everything else linked down below in the description. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Have a great day, guys. Bye.